Welcome back to the Shane Plays Let's Play series of Pathfinder Kingmaker Beta. We're in the middle of the fight in the middle of the night, the betrayal, assassins attacking us, and the Swordlord's castle, fortress, whatever. Pretty sure that our guy here, Tartuccio, is a bad guy. But anyway, when we left off last time, there's a little puzzle here with these swords. We've got to figure out how to get all these swords pointing upwards, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know if it's just a matter of trial and error or what have you, but when some of them, when you move one, it'll move two, it'll move itself, and another one, sometimes it'll just move itself. But I'm pretty sure we need to get them all facing upwards. So I'm just going to play around. Really what I'd like to do is just keep clicking and hope that I get lucky, to be honest, because I really haven't had time to figure out all the ins and the outs. Now, here everything's pointing up except this one. So when I point that one up, these two go down. So what happens if I do this one? See, this one affects that one and that one.
Let's shake a leg.
This one affects that one and that one. Frustrating. I know that there's definitely a method here, a pattern, or whatever. I just need to figure it out. I really don't want to spend too much time on it. Hey, I got it, somehow. Find and open a cache in Swordlord Jamandi's. I was just goobering around and got it, so I don't even know what I did, but I'll take it. And yeah, I'm going to quick save there, because I don't feel like messing around with that again. Alright, so we found this cache. Let's see what's in here. Oh, loot. Agate. Potion of remove blindness and citrine. You know, we probably really shouldn't take this stuff because we made a big deal earlier in the game about not taking the soldiers' pay, but oh well. Now, I've got a viewer who's been pointing out better ways to play the magus, and he actually pointed out that as a magus that the chainmail, I do not get the, because it's light armor, I guess I don't get the spell failure as a magus, so I think I'm going to swap out to that and get his AC up even further. And we've had a discussion. I think it was the same person pointed out that hey, really, you know, your dex and your strength are only off a little bit by +2 versus +3, and I took weapon finesse to use my dex instead of strength bonus for my rapier fighting. And one thing, you know, and it's a fair point. However, I'm going to keep pumping dex as I go. You know, I will. I'm assuming Pathfinder lets you pump abilities every few levels, like maybe some of the other versions of D&D. If not, you know, maybe I can find some magic items or something. But I do plan to buff dex as high as I can through magic items or other means. So there you go. Now we got to go run through the fire. All right. The fire effect looks really good. Games, it's really interesting. It's, you know, I never felt to be like, oh, that fire and that water looks really good in this game. Alright, journal. A secret room. Alright, leave the hall. Oh, okay, go through the fire. It just says go through the fire, which I think is weird, but... oh, what did I just do? Hope I didn't accidentally... I hit 5 instead of F5, so I hope I didn't accidentally use an item. I don't know if I have any protection from fire spells. Let's see what we have here. Scroll of Divine Favor. Expeditious Retreat. It's only on the caster, so I can't speed up everybody. She's got healing potions, cure, magic missile. I was hoping to find something that would protect against flames. Cure light wounds, inflict light wounds. There's not really a spell here that protects against heat, so I guess I'm just going to go in. Where's this Kirsten guy? Where's the hall? You'll have to run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath to take the first right. Okay, let's try it. Alright, here we go. And so our adventure started, earlier and more tragic than we'd expected. The whole team, who'd gathered in the hall yesterday, had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls, led by Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV. And not at all by that scoundrel Tartuccio, no matter what he might have imagined himself. Jamandi Aldori was waiting for us, but to get to her, we'd have to march through fire, literally. As we approached the burning building, here's a tooltip talking about the Burn illustrated book episodes. Now, he told us to just watch our breath, so I'm gonna say covered our noses and mouths before we rushed inside. It was a good thing we hadn't wasted any time. After entering the building and taking just a few steps forward, the wall behind us slanted and crashed down, with a terrible crackling sound blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back, if we'd come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. Regardless, we were left with only one way to go. Oh, wow. The hot air... Pardon me. Got a bit of a cold going on right now. The hot air burned our lungs, and our eyes watered from the smoke. But Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tartuccio did nothing useful at all. We'd made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I'd chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty. But now, amid the smoke and flames, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She held a burned, barely living guard in her arms. "There are 2 more," she shouted as she passed by us. "They are wounded. Help me pull them out." Tartuccio grumbled something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV, do we save the guards from the fire, or do we shout to Valerie that she should leave them and join us to help Jamandi Aldori? I'm going to say she needs to come help us. Diplomacy 16. Oh, I failed. Valerie hesitated. Let's see, does it say what we failed? Got a 13 versus a 16. Valerie hesitated. For this valiant warrior, 2 things come above all else: loyalty to her pledge and duty to her comrades. Now she had to choose one over the other. A burning house is no place for arguments. While Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV tried to convince the beautiful guard to join our team, we all inhaled a lot of smoke and received several rather painful burns. But in the end, Valerie agreed, and our small team bravely made our way to the dome of the banquet hall, where the battle was already in full swing. So I wonder if I would have passed the diplomacy check if, like, maybe we wouldn't have gotten some burns or whatever. I don't know. Well, it says check succeeded, check failed, so I don't know. I don't know what just happened there. Maybe she's got to come with you no matter what. One of your characters is fatigued. This is just one of the negative conditions that can affect you during the game. To notify you that a character is under the effect of a condition, a symbol will appear near their portrait. So who's fatigued? A lot of us are fatigued. We're all fatigued. Was that from the smoke? Cannot charge. It takes a negative T penalty to strength and dexterity. Doing anything that would normally cause fatigue causes fatigued character to become exhausted. Alright, so we need a complete rest. And now Valerie is with us. Oh, what? Oh, I don't understand. I thought we were, I don't know if this is bugged or what. Trying to go through here. Oh, I think it's showing us loot that we left behind. I think it's saying, do you want to get any of the loot you left behind? Not that it was a chest or whatever. Still going good. Oh, ouch. Alright. I have a journal here. What is it saying? Help Jamandi fight the assassins. How disgusting is the monster who burst in the banquet hall, and how valiantly and gracefully is Lady Jamandi holding it off. We have to help her, or our journey would be over before it even started. Okay. These are all bad guys. Well, there's an earth elemental. What happened to the giant? Let's see what we can do here. I saw him slept, so he doesn't have all of his spells. Yeah.
Adventures call to them.
What do you got there? Ear-piercing scream. Yeah, go do that there. Go do the ear-piercing scream here and try to get a bunch of them. What can you do? Divine favor. See if he has like a bless. Life blast. Huh. It's undead. Probably wouldn't hurt to get some healing going.
Don't hesitate.
She doesn't have any spells.
Alright,
so we got everybody blessed. Or what did he healed? Okay, he did some healing. Actually, you come back here, sweetheart. And I'm gonna have him do bless. Now we're going into battle. Oh. He's hurting. I'm gonna have him go ahead and drink his spell. Or drink his potion, not spell. And he has a scroll of magic missile, which I'm about to throw on who? I'm the leader.
Die, die, die!
I love magic missiles so much. I'm going to have him go ahead and throw his shield. Alright. Let's get everybody on this assassin leader. I'm guessing these guys were summoning this. Whoa, what all's going on here? Jamandi, Aldori, Craig, dialogue. I don't know who said amateurs. Somebody did. Wow. Praise be Eurostall. We made it. Thanks to us. Time to count our losses. As Jamandi catches her breath, she looks over the trashed banquet hall and salutes the survivors. Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger. And that means I made the right choice, just as I thought. There were worthy leaders among you. Raceland P. Gygax, Shuttleworth IV, and Tartuccio, to be precise. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately. What happened to our nice rest? Tartuccio. Lady Aldori, please. I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Patax. And Patax is a haven for thieves and smugglers. Irovetti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. After a dramatic pause, Tartuccio points a finger toward you. Racelet P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV. Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Irovetti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did give me that ring for a +1 ring of protection. I say Tartuccio is trying to set me up. He's the one that gave me this ring, so I'll try diplomacy. I succeeded. Aldori says, yes, such a gambit would be typical of Irovetti and his henchmen, and yet it still seems suspicious. There's definitely a spy among us, but who? Tartuccio or Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion. Amiri says, I bet my life despises anyone but Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV. I saw how I dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand, she spits on the floor with contempt. He's got the eyes of a spy and the mug of a spy. Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it. Let's see, I can, sometimes your character has to make difficult decisions relying on their conscience or lack thereof. Such decisions impact your character's alignment. I'm reading this tooltip here. Gradually shifting your character toward good or evil. Some dialogue features special options that are available only to characters with certain alignments. Okay, so I can go chaotic neutral and say, we're in the middle of a battle and needed weapons. There was no time to run and ask permission. Or I could say, forgive me for my trespass. In my defense, we're in the middle of a battle and in dire need of weapons. That's the way I'm going to go. Lawful neutral. Succeeded. Considering the circumstances, that was more than reasonable. I performed a lawful neutral action. Valeri. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril. Until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed, showing initiative is no crime. Harem. It is insane to be faced with death and stop to question whether it may be breaking some law or rule. It is even more insane to ask forgiveness for right decision. Sorry, Racelet P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV, but your words display a lack of wisdom. What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here? This is Tartuccio. Some scoundrel set your mansion on fire. And as we were approaching the room, we saw your brave guards, your underlings, dying in the fire, begging to be saved. And what did Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV do? He passed right on by, mercilessly leaving them to their fates. Simply heartless. So I can go neutral good, which is what alignment I chose. So I regret that I couldn't save everyone. I would have if I could. I'm sad for the parish, but I had to decide between helping them and helping Lady Aldori. Forgive me if I chose wrongly. You know, or I could be neutral even and say, heartless, so what? I'm not going to worry about guards' lives when their ruler's life is at stake. I'll go with neutral good. I failed. She says, leaving them to die brought you mere minutes. Believe me, I would have held on to your arrival. Lindsay, May Shalin, I guess Lindsay's worships Shalin, also known as Eternal Rose, is a goddess of art, beauty, love, and music. Okay. May Shalin spare me from ever having to make such a choice. But Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV behaved decently as a true leader. Jethel, a true leader is someone who has his priorities set straight, not someone who puts a valuable ally's life in danger to save some servant. Huh. Yeah, I think she's got an evil alignment. Jamandi, enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I could trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. One will be headed by Tartuccio, and the other by Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interest in the Stolen Lands. Lady Aldori. Valerie bows respectfully. Most of those who were to set off for the Stolen Lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition. I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior, but you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany? All right, Abadar. Abadar, the god of cities, laws, merchants, and wealth. Okay, I really like these hypertext with the tooltip pop-ups. If Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV allows, I will join his teams. He seems a worthy commander. Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tartuccio. Well, fine. Harem. Jethal. Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio. Oh, Tartuccio, this is Lindsay. Oh, Tartuccio is going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shelyn, spare me from such allies. Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV, I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill. Amiri, I don't even need to think. Raceland P. Gygax. This is interesting watching the companions decide who they're going to go with based on, I guess, what you've done up to that point. I'm coming with you. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait till we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees. Wow, Amiri says what she thinks. All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the Stolen Lands. Tartuccio's tomb will go through Navatka's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV will take his team to Oleg Leviton's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies. So I got camping supplies and rations ×4. Jamandi says, Raceland P. Gygax Shuttleworth IV, I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me in this precaution. While you're away, Keston, that was the knight who was handling things at the fiery entrance, will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patax. You should know that it isn't just Patax we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret for them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless. All right. So now what? So I remember this from the alpha. This is kind of neat. This is a map of the Stone Lands and their vicinities. To set out, click on one of the arrows near your party. You can learn the whereabouts of significant locations by talking to characters, etc. You can have random events while you're moving around too. So, and I don't think you can quick travel until you kind of come back and forth. Until you've connected destinations, you can't quick travel. Yeah, I want to show locations names. Now, we're supposed to go to Oleg's. I don't know where Oleg's trading post is. So right now, the only place we can go... Now, that's Restov, which we're not supposed to go there. Right now, we're supposed to leave, right? So, where is Oleg's trading post? Wow. It's really traveling a long ways. Random encounter. Well, well, we've been ambushed by wolves. Or ambushed, not ambushed. Let's see here. Let's charge this wolf. I'm going to have her
let us strike as one.
Charge. And she's going to charge.
Rip them all!
This, I'm going to acid splash this one. And you are going to just attack it. Alright, let's see what happens. Well, it didn't look like much of a charge. Well, I guess it was already dead before she could charge, so she just kind of strolled over to it. Man, that sword is just ridiculous. It's Final Fantasy ridiculously large. That's all I have to say about it. Okay, now we're going to look at the resting component of the game. So we looked at this during the alpha, but in case you didn't see any of the alpha stuff, basically resting in Pathfinder Kingmaker is almost like a mini game. You assign different people to do different things. You can cook meals, you can camouflage the camp, you can go out and hunt for rations. You have to have rations to camp, and if you don't have rations, you can go hunt, and you can make certain types of food that will give you a bonus after resting and all of that stuff. So let's do that real quick. Well, first of all, let's check out these wolves. Wolf pelt. Okay, let's take them all. All right. I don't know if that's the game or my... Look, that is just silly. It's just World of Warcraft silly size stuff. It's like a door. She's running around with her own door. So it's... I think the way character capacity works, because this has come up a lot in forums that I've seen people talk about, especially over the RPG Codex. So you have an individual carrying capacity for each character. And then you have the party carrying capacity for the shared stash. So 87 out of 117, 30.5 out of 54, 25 out of 59, 31 out of 50. Nobody is encumbered, best I can tell. But evidently there's a little bit of a bug. There's an encumbrance bug or a movement bug or something. Remember, this is a beta, so sometimes you'll see characters walking slowly when they don't need to. Now, to rest, you go over here and hit this camp button, or you can press R. You have to find an open enough space. In the alpha, you could actually be in a dungeon. As long as you have enough space, you could drop a camp. Now, depending on where you were, you might not be able to... would you see that little... What is that, a snake? Some little thing running around? What is that? I guess that's just atmosphere. It's like actually literally moving the grass and stuff. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so you drop the camp. If you're in a dungeon, like, you can camp, but it may tell you that you can't. Man, that thing's moving stuff. I don't know if we want to camp there with that snake running around. But it might say you can't hunt or something like that. So anyway, let's go to the rest thing, kick off the mini game. Everyone will kind of get around the camp. So how much? We have 4 rations. And we need 4 rations to make a hearty meal. We have 4, so we're good there. It says, hey, make sure to use healing spells and abilities before resting. Alright, I'm going to put her on hunting. The main hunter makes a roll against the area DC to determine the outcome. Each additional character helps the main hunter by increasing the roll value. So let's manage who's going to do what here. So you could, for instance, you could say, you know, I'm not going to camouflage, but I'm going to have more than one person taking watch. So, because right now only Valerie's or Valerie or whatever is on guard. So we're going to try to camouflage the camp. That helps reduce the night encounter, etc., etc. So I'm here resting will take 8 hours. I'm going to say use healing spells and abilities for resting. Just automatically, I guess, let the AI do it. And let's begin resting and see what happens. Alright, so they're going to talk and hang out while they're resting. So here's what we got so far today. Today Mary killed 10 kobolds, a troll, a hodag, and more goblins than the fingers on 2 hands can count. You know, I don't think our readers are going to believe all this. Oh wow, those dead wolves are still there. That's kind of creepy in our camp. I'm assuming I can speed this up if I want to. What's going on? Okay, so the main cook spoiled the recipe hearty meal. Camp camouflage failed, and the hunters forged food equal to 3 rations. So, very nice. So I guess we have, because we had 4, we used 4, and then we got 3, so I guess we have 3 right now. Curious if I leave the area. I'm curious if we can save. And they don't exactly run. They just kind of casually stroll, don't they? I guess this is back to world travel. Actually, I'm going to quick save real quick, just in case. Now let's go to world travel. I'm curious if I can save from the world travel map. Let's find out. No, it shows I defeated that encounter. Let's see. Can I can save from here, so that's cool. So let's save there. Alright, so that's really neat. I can save from here. Now I need to try to figure out where Oleg's trading post or whatever it is. I don't know where it's at. I hope I'm going the right way. Let's see. Anyway, okay, so we're going to end there. Thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you next time on Shane Plays Let's Play series of Pathfinder Kingmaker, the beta version.